Latin from Scratch course, third class, and this third class is all of the content is new. Okay, this content wasn't seen. We didn't mention anything in the 0th class, which means pretty much that this content is not so important. That's why it wasn't mentioned in the 0th class, but it's important enough to say things about it. That's why we have this third class. Okay, so we'll dive into the 5 Latin declensions. We already know from this 0th class that there are 5 declensions in Latin. We'll summarize what their differences are and learn to recognize what declension nouns belong to. The combination, the whole set of cases, remember nominative, vocative, accusative, genitive, dative, ablative, of a word is called declension. Okay, so for example, when we say rosa, rosa, rosam, rosai, rosai, rosa, and then the plural, then that's the declension of rosa, rosai. And now we will also learn why I say rosa, rosai. Okay, all of that we will learn in this lesson. In Latin, we have 5 declensions, which we'll learn to recognize thanks to their statement. And here, small disclaimer, statement. What is this statement thing? We will learn it right now, but I have to say, I was checking English-speaking grammars on Latin, and I couldn't really find any words for this concept that in Spanish we have a name for this, el enunciado, but I couldn't find really any words for this concept in English. So I kind of made it up. I don't know if this is actually a thing in English or not, but we are going to be using it because it's a very important concept. So what is this statement thing of Latin nouns? In order to know which declension a noun belongs to, the statement of the noun is given. Okay, the statement is made up of 2 cases. So nominative singular and genitive singular. If you remember, I said rosa, rosai. So when we refer to a noun in Latin, we say these 2 things. So we say rosa, rosae, we say, for example, dominus, domini, we say homo, hominis, etc. We always say the nominative singular and the genitive singular. And this is first what we say when we mention a noun and what we will find in the dictionary when we look up words. And of course, this is what we have to learn by heart when we study vocabulary. We have to learn not just rosa means rose. No, we have to learn rosa, rosae means rose. And why do we need to learn both forms? Now we will see. From these 2 forms, we can know what declension a noun belongs to, so we can know the whole declension of the noun. This means that from these 2 forms, we can guess the rest of the 12 forms. We already know 6 cases, singular and plural, 6 multiplied by 2, 12. So, of course, we don't have to learn 12 forms. We just have to learn these 2. So, let's give a couple of examples. In the first declension, rosa, rosae, in which rosa is the nominative singular and rosae the genitive singular. In the second declension, servus, servi, in which servus is the nominative singular and servi the genitive singular. Then I said also homo, hominis. Homo is the nominative, hominis is the genitive, etc. And that is the statement of a noun. And now we will see why this is important. How to identify the declension of a Latin noun. From these 2 forms, the statement, nominative and genitive singular, it is the second one, the genitive, that informs us about the declension, but also about the stem, the root of the word, okay? So here we know that we have 5 declensions in Latin, and we recognize that a noun is from the first declension because the second form of the statement, the genitive, ends with I. The second in E, genitive of the third is in is, remember, homo, hominis. The fourth declension, the genitive ends in us, and the fifth declension, genitive in A. Okay, so we see that all of them are completely different, and for example, imagine that in Latin, and now, why is this important? Why the genitive? Why not the nominative? Okay, so for example, we have Rosa and we have Servus, which is what we already said previously, no? And we can see A is the first declension and us is the second declension. So why not just use the nominative? Because, for example, if I say exercitus, which is army, no? So we see us and we say second declension. No, wrong, because us can also be the nominative of the fourth declension. So for example, the statement of exercitus would be exercitus exercitus. So the nominative and the genitive is the same in the fourth declension. Okay? Or even like imagine that I say vulnus, which is wound. And I say vulnus. So us, second declension. Wrong. You say, okay, so fourth declension. Wrong again. Okay, because vulnus is vulnus vulneris. So it's third declension. Okay, so that's why we don't check the nominative. We have to always check the genitive. Because the nominative, you see that us. This is second, this is fourth, this is third. So the nominative is deceiving, but the genitive never cheats. And actually, that's where all this statement thing is the most important when we are studying the third declension, which is the most irregular, the most difficult, etc. So by then, when we get to the third declension, we really need to kind of control all of this statement thing. So for example, you see here, no? Caput capitis. Why caput capitis and not caput caputis or capit capitis? So a bit, and why this ut ending? But then in Apollinis, which of course is the god Apollo, caput capitis is the head, no? Why Apollo? Why not Apollut? Why not, I don't know, why all of this? Or iter itineris, no? It's super unpredictable. The third declension is super unpredictable. But if we have the genitive, is. The genitive is the genitive, and it never cheats, it never deceives. And that's the importance of all of this statement thing. And then I said also that all this statement thing is very useful to know the stem, the root of a noun. I'm not going to dive into that now. We will have a specific video with practices, explanations, how to get the root of nouns. Okay, for now, that's it.